If you or your brand have gotten press in maybe even major outlets, but it has not translated in any sales for you, then there might be a really, really good reason behind it. Hi, my name is Doris. I'm the founder of Inspired Publications and publisher of Inspired Magazine, and I do storytelling for a living. And today I want to come to you with a couple hot takes that maybe even change the way you do press with your business or with your brand. So if you have gotten press, maybe in like a major outlet, maybe in Forbes, maybe in Vogue, maybe in some sort of other media outlet, and it has not done any or like resulted in any sales for your brand, the one of the reasons might be that the piece wasn't made to sell. Let me explain. If you're doing press or PR, PR is not necessarily a way for you to sell more products. It is more a tool for brand recognition. And normally it's about to bring your word out there, to get your logo under the audience, to introduce your products, to put your products into lifestyle context so people do even know what you're all about, and maybe even to make sure that people understand why you are different than all the other people or all the other brands out there. And so, yeah, maybe the piece wasn't even made to sell. It was not designed to spike your sales up. It was basically meant to help you in terms of brand recognition and, yeah, not as a sales tool. The second reason would be I would ask myself, if I would be in your shoes, I would ask myself, was I even ready to deal with the attention? Like, was I ready to catch all the audience that would come to my social media, or even best case, if they do shop on your website and they visit your website, were you prepared for maybe the huge amount of people that's coming in, right? I've seen so many times where brands really gotten into like really, really good PR packages, or they gotten like those big write-ups in the magazines and maybe even made Oprah's favorite list. But then when it came down to people want to come to your website and actually buy the product, either they sold out pretty quick, or they weren't like ready for the big to catch the big numbers of the audience, or like the social media wasn't ready, the pictures were not really like, the website didn't really look good. So it is very important that if you are ready to get press, all these things need to be in place. Your website has to look good. You have to have like some sort of um, a vibe on your website. The product description needs to be on point. The photography, oh my god, the photography is so important. If you haven't invested in like a professional photo shoot for your brand and your products, you are missing out on a big piece of your marketing. So make sure, if you got press, if you are working on getting more press, make sure that your website, your products, your shipping, your warehouse, your social media, everything is on point, that if you really get those big numbers in views and have people come to your website, that you can actually service them and not just, like, oops, like we don't even know what to do now. Another very important part could be that you have no follow up strategy in place. And with follow up strategy, I don't mean that you get in contact with press people like with the journalists. I'm talking specifically about what happens when you get this Forbes feature and you really are featured on their website, or even in the printed edition, or like in Vogue or in Elle magazine, or wherever you want to land. You need to know what to do with this press piece. Meaning, did you share it in your socials? Did you maybe share it in your newsletter? Did you take this and create new content out of it, right? Did you like follow up for maybe take whatever they wrote about and made a podcast episode out of it, or a YouTube episode out of it, or a TikToks, or whatever your goal is. You need to make sure that when you get this press piece, it has to result in something else to kind of like ride the wave when it's coming in. Very important step. And then the last reason why I think that it is very important that you understand that, or what to do when if once you got the press, is people need to see you more than once. I bet you have heard in the past that normally there's like 5 to 7 touch points until someone is actually buying or interacting closer with you. That's kind of the same thing for press attention. That's why I mentioned in my first reason that this is meant to be for a brand strategy. It's a brand recognition. It is not sales. So people have to see you multiple times on multiple outlets. Maybe have like see you on social media, but then see you also on podcasts, see you in maybe on YouTube with like more of a behind the scenes documentary. Like they have to have multiple touch points in order to get familiar with your brand, to get familiar with your products, why you're different, and on all these things. So yes, if your press coverage does not result immediately into sales, it was in the first place because press is not here to sell your products. Press is here to get your name out there, to make you famous, if you will, to have or to help not products, to help consumers to make more informed purchasing decisions. So if you have ever gotten into this case and you ask yourself these questions, or this question, maybe these 4 steps or 4 things will help you to understand why press is different than sales, and why press is definitely not only advertising, and it's really about brand recognition and not about sales. So if you like more videos like this, I hope that you follow along. I will push out constantly and definitely more tips and tricks about how to handle your press. Specifically when it comes to storytelling, because I do storytelling for a living. That's basically what I'm good at. And yeah, if you want to have more tips like this, please follow along, and then I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye.